Okay, in today's session we'll be discussing few important questions about coordinate geometry. I've taken and made a list of some important questions which can be asked in your September exams and even for your board exams. So let us discuss these one by one. So our first question is that if a point P 6,2 divides the line segment joining A and B in the ratio of 3:4, then what is the value of y? Now in this case we know that we can apply section formula to find the value of y. And what is section formula? If we are given a point A and another point B, let's say the coordinates of A be x1, y1 and the coordinates of B be x2, y2. And let's say there is some point C in between which divides the line segment AB in the ratio of m/l. Okay. So what is section formula? In order to find the coordinates of C, the x is given by m times x2 plus n times x1 upon m plus n. Okay. And similarly, the y coordinate of this point C is given by m times y2 plus n times y1 whole upon again m plus n. Okay, so this is the formula which is also called section formula. Now if I apply this formula on the given question, what I have over here, that in between the point A and B, what is point A in my case? It is 6, 5. What is point B? It is 4y. And there is point P in between which divides this in the ratio 3:1. So let us apply this formula. What I need to find? I need to find the y value of y. So I'm going to just focus on the y coordinates of each of the points. Let's say the y coordinate of P is 2. So we are going to start with P. Y coordinate of P. This is going to be 3 times the y coordinate of this side, which is 3 times y, and 1 times the y coordinate on the left hand side, which is say 1 times 5 over here, whole upon 3 plus 1. Okay, so let's simplify this thing. It is going to be 2 equals to 3y plus 5 upon 4, and this is 8 equals to 3y plus 5. That gives me, and I'm getting y equals to 3y equals to y, which gives me y equals to 1. Okay, so my correct option is D option for the current case. Okay, similarly we can take the next question. Okay, for the next question, the distance between 2 points A cos theta, B sin theta, comma 0 and A sin theta minus B cos theta is. So you need to apply distance formula. What is distance formula? Again, if I have point A, which is one end of the line segment, and B is the other end of the line segment, then as per the distance formula, the length between A and B is given by x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Now this is the pure distance formula, and I need to apply this on the point given. Let's say this is A and this is B. So you know your distance formula, and if I try to solve this thing using the formula, this is going to be x2 minus x1 whole square. So let's say in my case it is A cos theta plus B sin theta minus 0 and square of this thing plus 0 minus of A sin theta. Okay. A sin theta minus B cos theta and whole square. Okay, so this is further going to be, now the whole thing works if you know how to simplify the whole expression. This is going to be A cos theta plus B sin theta whole square, and since plus over here, and we are taking the square of a, this is the case. Okay, so we are taking the whole square over here. This negative will become positive, and this is nothing but A sin theta minus B cos theta whole square. Now this question is important. Most of the time this comes in your board exams. So let's see. Okay, what will be the overall simplification of the terms inside the bracket? Okay, we know that here we can apply the identity of A plus B whole square, and here it is A minus B whole square. So as per the expression, what I am getting, this is A square cos square theta. Okay, when you are taking the square, make sure you take the square of each and every term. A square cos square theta plus B square sin square theta plus 2AB sin theta cos theta. So it is 2AB sin theta into cos theta. So this is the square of the only first term, which is A plus B whole square. Now further, if I see There is next term also, so I need to extend my square root. Let me erase the extra part over here. So we already know what is the distance formula. Let's remove this thing so that the solution becomes easily visible to you guys. Okay, so now let's come back to the calculation part. We still need to open the square of the next term, which is again a square sine square theta plus b square cos square theta and minus 2ab sine theta cos theta. Alright, so this is the thing. Now just observe, can we cancel out anything? Just look at the terms. We can cancel out these two terms, so these will cancel out, and what are we left with? We are left with a square cos square theta, b square sine square theta, a square sine square theta and b square cos square theta. And for this thing, for further simplification, what I am doing, I am just taking common from a square cos square theta and a square sine square theta. Now what can we take common? We can take a square common. Inside we are left with cos square theta plus sine square theta. Then from the next term we can take b square common, and here we are left with sine square theta plus cos square theta. Okay, so this is the thing. So once you have taken common, you know that there is identity. A cos square theta plus sine square theta is 1. So this is a square times 1 plus b square times 1, and your final answer is going to be root of a square b square. A square plus b square. So which option? So we have C as the correct option for this one. Okay. So I hope you guys got the complete solution and complete analysis of the question. So simply distance formula, the only thing is that you need to take the open up the squares accordingly, cancel out the terms, and then plug the terms by taking a square and b square common. Rest the identity is well known to you. Now let's move on to the next question. So we have our next question with us. Okay, so this is the next question. It says the coordinates of a point P on x-axis. P lies on x-axis, which is equidistant from the points A and B. Okay, so how we are going to solve this thing? Let's get to it. Okay, so first of all, the question says that the point P lies on x-axis. Okay, so my point P lies on x-axis. This is the important part. You need to underline this thing, the main highlight of the question. So first of all, let's discuss this thing. Any point P which lies on x-axis, is of the form, क्या form होगी इसकी? This is going to be x comma 0. Okay, so this is a general form of your point which lies on x-axis. Okay, so as per the question, what is the next condition? Let's underline this part, which is equidistant from the points A and B. Okay, it should be points over there. So equidistant की condition कैसे होगी? We know that if P is a point over here which is of the form x comma 0, and this point is equidistant from A and B. So let's apply the condition of equidistant. This is A minus 2 0, and there is B, it is 6 comma. Okay, and our condition is that P and PB are equal to each other. This is the condition of equidistant. Now again apply the distance formula. As we discussed that distance formula is nothing but x2 minus x1 whole square. Let's once again write the formula. If you are well familiar, you can skip the formula part, but just for the practice part we are going to write it again. So here again x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay, now you need to understand that when we are talking about PA, distance PA, this is my x1 y1 or x2 y2, and this is going to be x2 x1 y1. Okay, so let's focus on the points P and A. This is going to be x minus of minus 2 whole square. Okay, so I'm assuming this as, let's say, x1 y1 and this as x2 y2. I'm keeping the variable first so that it is easy to simplify. So x2 minus x1 whole square, y2 minus y1 whole square, which is going to be 0 minus 0 whole square. So there is nothing in this term. And on the right hand side, what do I have over here? Again x2 minus x1 whole square and y2 minus y1. Again for the line PB, I'm assuming this as x1 y1 and this as again x2 y2. So once again, let's use this thing. It is x minus 6 whole square. It is x minus 6 whole square and plus 0 minus 0 whole square. Okay, so y coordinates in each case is equal to 0. So if I simplify, this is going to be x plus 2 whole square and under the root equals to x minus 6 whole square plus 0. So you can apply squaring both sides and you will be left with x plus 2 whole square equals to x minus 6 whole square. X minus 6 whole square. If I open up the brackets, you know now what to do. X square plus 4 plus 4x, and this is nothing but x square plus 36 minus 12x. Okay, so x square and x square will cancel out. What are you left with? If I bring all the terms containing x to the left hand side, this is nothing but 12 plus 4, 16x, and this is equals to 36 minus 4, which is 32. Okay, so x is equals to 2 is the answer. So which option? X is 2, so point P is nothing but 2 comma 0. So you need to give the coordinates of point P, so A is the correct answer for the current question. So this is something for the equidistant part. So make sure whenever you are solving a question, you understand the question properly, you underline the important points, that P lies on x-axis, which makes it in the form of x comma 0, and it is equidistant from A and B. That gives me the condition that PA is equals to PB. So this is the condition with which we are going to find the values of x. Okay, so whenever you need to find the value of any unknown, make sure you understand the condition which is given in the question. Okay, so let us try the next question. Shift to the next question. What is that? Alright, so this is my alright, so coordinates of a point A. Coordinates of a point A, where AB is the diameter of a circle whose center is 2 comma minus 3 and B is the point 1 comma 4. Okay, so again you need to understand the question. What is the question? What is the question given over here? It says that you are given a circle. Let's draw a circle, and AB is the diameter of the circle. So diameter AB, that means your diameter line segment AB passes through the center O of the circle. Okay, so O is the center, and center के coordinates आपको दे रखे हैं, whose center is 2 comma minus 3. So make sure you analyze the data accordingly. This is 2 minus 3, and B point is also given to you. B point is 1 comma 4. This is 1 and 4, and my target is to find the coordinates of point A. What are the coordinates of point A? And I am assuming the points to be x comma y. Okay, so point A is x comma y, B is 1 4, and the center is 2 comma minus 3. We know that O is the center, and therefore the ratio in which O divides line segment AB is going to be 1:1. So whenever the ratio is 1:1, which formula we apply? We always apply a midpoint formula. Okay, so what is midpoint formula? It says that if x1 and x2 are the coordinates, then the coordinates of midpoint will be x1 plus x2 by 2, and similarly y coordinate of the midpoint will be y1 plus y2 by 2. It is the average of the 2 points. That's why it lies in the mid. Okay, so we got the data, we got the formula. Let's see, and I need to find the value of x. In order to find the value of x, what I have, the coordinates of A and B are given to you, and O is the midpoint. So x plus 1 by 2 is 2, which is the midpoint O, x coordinate of the midpoint, and similarly y plus 4 by 2 is equals to the y coordinate of the midpoint. Okay, so you can simplify this further. This is x plus 1 4, that gives me x equals to 3. Now quite simple. Similarly y plus 4 is equals to negative 6, and y is equals to negative 10. So complete answer for the coordinates of A is 3 comma minus 10. Okay, so the answer is C part over here. So I hope so far we have discussed questions both on distance formula and section formula, as well as midpoint formula. Now let us move on and increase the level of the questions a little bit, but not that much. So we are going to shift to our next question, and this will show that the points 3 0 6 4 and -1 3 are the vertices of a right angle triangle. See, the purpose of this set of questions is that we should cover all the topics, all the different type of questions which can be asked in your exam, and similarly all the different kind of questions, similarly the methods which we can follow and we can apply to solve such questions. Okay, so show that the points 3 0 6 4 and -1 3 are the vertices of a right angle triangle. All of we know that for every right angle triangle, what is the theorem that it satisfies? It satisfies Pythagoras theorem. So talking about Pythagoras theorem, let's draw a right angle triangle. Okay, we have a right angle triangle. We know that this is a 90 degree. 90 degree के opposite side होगी, that will be your hypotenuse, and the vertical length is perpendicular, and the horizontal line is considered as the base over here. So somehow I need to show that if it is a right angle, I need to show that these are the vertices of a right angle triangle. So what I need to prove that h square equal to p square plus b square. So do you know what is h in this case? So let's mark these points as, let's say this is A, this is B, and this is C. Okay, so but I don't know which side is going to be the hypotenuse. Maybe AB is the hypotenuse, or AC is the hypotenuse, or BC is the hypotenuse. So we are just going to find the distance first of all, because h is the distance, p is the distance, and b is also the distance or the length of each side. Okay, so that's why we are going to find the length. Length means distance AB. Okay, what is distance AB? Formula you know, x2 minus x1 whole square. So this is 6 minus 3 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay, quite simple calculation. 6 minus 3 is 3 square plus 4 square. You know that 3 and 4 are Pythagorean triplets. This is root of 25, which is equals to 5. So I got value of AB as 5. Okay, so this is 5 over here. Let me just write it clearly for you so that you don't get confused. Okay, I hope this is done. Now let us move on to the next length. Next length is BC. Okay, देखो initially मैंने points को mark नहीं किया. I didn't write A over here or B over here or C over here. This is just a random right angle triangle, और इसमें हमें Pythagoras theorem को satisfy. We know that we just need to prove this thing. Okay, so randomly हमने AB की value find out किया. In fact, we can also find AB square, since I need the square of the length. So चाहे बाद में find out करते हैं, पहले हम each length को evaluate करते हैं. Okay, so BC is going to be again x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay, इसका solution क्या बनेगा? This is going to be minus 7 square and minus 1 square, which is going to be 49 plus 1, which is root of 50, and the answer is going to be 5 root 2. Okay, and final length आपके पास है CA. Again use the formula x2 minus x1 whole square. So this is 3 minus of minus 1 whole square. Calculation आपने ध्यान से करनी है. And then y2 minus y1 whole square. क्या बनेगा ये? 3 plus 1 whole square. So the entire purpose of me giving you the solutions or preparing a solution set for you, that you can just check your calculation also. Okay, so most of the times you know the method, but you always stuck in the calculation. Even if it is simple, I'm solving this thing. So this is again equals to a root of 25, which is 5. Okay, so these are the lengths of the sides, but I need square of the sides. Okay, square of the length. So let's see, what is AB square? If AB is 5, AB square is 25. What is BC square? BC square is 5 root 2 whole square, and it's 5 root 2, and square of that is 50, and CA square is also going to be 25 over here. Okay, so what is the conclusion? Which side is the longest one? BC square is the largest length. So I can say that BC square is 50, and this is also equals to AB square plus CA square. Okay, so is it sufficient to show that it is a right angle triangle? Yes, it is sufficient. And which side is going to act as the hypotenuse? Since BC is the largest length over here, so I can say that this is B and this is C. Okay, and obviously this is going to be A. So if BC is hypotenuse, the angle or the vertex opposite to BC, A, is going to act as the right angle over here. So yes, it is a right angle triangle, and this is sufficient to show this thing. So hence, ABC are vertices of a right angle triangle. Okay, so that's the complete solution part. I hope you guys understand. Simple है, आपको ध्यान रखना है कि आपने क्या चीज प्रूव करनी है. So we just need to show that length of the sides. हमने AB find out किया, BC find out किया, CA find out किया. Initially we do not know कि कौन सी side hypotenuse act करेगी. After we have the lengths, after we have the squares of the lengths, we can claim. First of all, you can claim that they are the sides, sum of the largest length is equal to the sum of the other two lengths, which is sufficient to show that they represent a right angle triangle. Okay, so and even you can identify your hypotenuse as well as the right angle. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Next question. Next question is, questions are simple and you just need to keep everything check with you that formula क्या लगेगा आपके पास, method कौन सा होगा, condition कौन सी होगी, उन्हीं चीजों को हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. Simple सा लेक्चर है, simple set of questions हैं. So here the points A, B and C are the vertices of a right angle triangle, right angled at B. Okay. So now in the question it is clearly mentioned that your triangle is right angled at B. So if I draw the triangle, this is my right angle and right angled at B. This is the case. I need to find the value of P. So some unknown is there. Obviously, in order to find the value of some unknown, we need the condition. Condition क्या होगी? भाई अगर right angle triangle है तो Pythagoras theorem में आपकी condition होगी. So let's say this is A and this is C. So in this case, clearly visible है that AC square is going to be AB square plus BC square. Again by Pythagoras theorem. But I need to apply this condition. This is my condition which can help me to find the value of the unknown. Okay. So condition में AB की value find out करते हैं और इस let's find out AB first of all. AB is again x2 minus x1 whole square, so 4p minus 4 whole square plus 3 minus 7 whole square, which is p minus 4 whole square plus 3 minus 7 is minus 4 square. Excuse me. Which is going to be p square plus 16 minus 8p plus 16. Coming back to the question. This is your length AB, but I need AB square. Let's find the square of this thing, which is p square minus 8p plus 32. Similarly, you can find the value of, I got AB, now let's find BC square, or BC first of all. BC has 7 minus p whole square plus 3 minus 3 whole square. So it is easy to evaluate this thing. This is 7 minus p whole square plus 0, which is 7 minus p. So BC square is going to be 7 minus p square. Okay. So we got the length of BC square, we got the length of AB square. Now we need AC square. Okay. If I need AC square, let's चलो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. Now I need AC. AC is my hypotenuse. AC square. In fact, AC निकालते हैं. AC is again given by x2 minus x1 whole square. So 7 minus 4 whole square and 3 minus 7 whole square. What is this going to be? This is nothing but 7 minus 4 is 3 square and this is 4 square and the length is going to be 5. So AC square is going to be 25 over here. So we got the length of each of these, and what I need to apply the condition. This is the condition. इस condition में अगर values put करेंगे तो क्या बनेगा? Let me remove some of the part over here. I'm going to remove this thing. The main part है. You already have solved this thing. I don't need right now. In fact, आप साथ के साथ calculation करो. Try to just analyze, solve the question on your own. First of all, solve it on your own and just then look at the entire solution if you want to. Otherwise, if you got the answer, that's fine. Match your answer and move on to the next question. Okay. So what I have over here, the condition is that I need the values. Okay, so the values over here. Let's say आपके पास जो values हैं, AB square. AB square is this thing. थोड़ा सा क्वेश्चन एरेज करते हैं, नॉट द होल पार्ट. ये हमने एरेज कर लिया. ऑलराइट. ठीक है, ये चीज आ गई. नाउ AB स्क्वायर, square of the part. AC square condition फिर से लिखते हैं. AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square. AB square की वैल्यू पुट करेंगे. This is P square minus 8P. You already have the values. I'm just completing the solution over here. BC square is 7 minus P whole square. इसका भी square open up करेंगे अभी. And AC square is 25. Now I don't need the remaining values. हमने condition लिख लिया. Sorry for earlier, हमें थोड़ा सा टाइम लगा. So we have sufficient space now. Let's solve this thing. This is nothing but p square minus 8p plus 32 plus 49 plus p square minus 14p, and then I have 25. Alright, so let's simplify this further. I am getting 2p square on the right hand side, 8p and 14. So this is going to be 22p and 49 and 32. So this is 81 over here. This is the case. And we know that in order to solve this thing, I need to bring all the terms to one side. So let's say 2p square minus 22p plus 81 minus 25 equals to 0. That further gives me 2p square minus 22p, and the subtraction part over here is going to be 56, 11 minus 5, 6, and then 56. Divide this entire equation with 2. This is how we solve the equations. So I am removing this part also. Just going to create a double box. Alright. So moving further, if I divide this thing with 2, this is p square minus 11p plus 28 equals to 0. Now think of two numbers whose sum is 11 and the product is 28. Those two numbers are, कौन से numbers बनेंगे? P square minus 7p minus 4p plus 28 equals to 0. So you can give me the answer p minus 7 and p minus 4. Okay, after term splitting. So I can say that we have two different values of p over here. So either p is equals to 7 or p is equals to 4. So there are two possible answers. Make sure you remember this thing. Even if you take p equal to 7, it will still that ABC will act as the right angle triangle, and even if you have p equal to 4, still these vertices will act as the vertices of a right angle triangle. So multiple answers are possible since we are getting the quadratic equation over here. Okay. So I hope this entire question is clear to you. Condition क्या थी आपके पास? P की वैल्यू अननोन है, फाइंड आउट करने के लिए कंडीशन की रिक्वायरमेंट थी that AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square. Length में भी होगी इन क्वेश्चंस की, so obviously 3 marks or 4 marks में आपके पास क्वेश्चन पूछेगा, but condition is simple, easy to understand and easy to apply. Just focus on your calculation part. Okay. ये चीज गलत नहीं होनी चाहिए. Now let us take the next question. We are done half of the way. Only few more questions are left, and obviously you will get a good sense of question. Okay. Okay, now we are on 6-1. 6-1 हमने कर दिया. Let's move to 7th one. Okay. So our next question gives us. Okay, I'm already making a space for us because the questions are now lengthy in the solution part. Find the ratio with the line segment wherein the points 1, minus 3 and 4, 5 is divided by the x-axis. Also find the coordinates of the point on x-axis. Okay, again an important question और simple question है आपके पास. इस क्वेश्चन के लिए सबसे पहले देखो कौन सी चीज मेथड अप्लाई करना है. डू आई नीड डिस्टेंस फार्मूला और सेक्शन फार्मूला? तो इस पे आपके पास रहेगा. तो क्वेश्चन में देखो आपने फाइंड आउट क्या करना है, रेशियो फाइंड आउट करनी है. ऑब्वियसली सेक्शन फार्मूला का क्वेश्चन है. रेशियो कब अप्लाई होती है, व्हेन द पॉइंट्स आर कोलिनियर. ओके, सो आपके पास जो पॉइंट्स हैं 1, minus 3 and next one is 4, 5. Okay, these are your points. It is divided by x-axis. X-axis के ऊपर point है. So my first condition is any point on x-axis. Any point on x-axis is of the form. क्या form थी? X, 0. Obviously the y coordinate of every point on x-axis will be 0. So this is the point, and I'm assuming this point will be, let's say, P, and these are the coordinates of this. Okay, and I need to find the ratio. जब भी आपने ratio find out करनी है तो क्या करोगे? You will assume the ratio and let the ratio be k ratio 1. Okay, k ratio 1 हमने assume किया, and that ratio is that right over here. कैसे apply करनी है? You will just apply the method. और इसमें देखो, since x is unknown to us, इसकी वैल्यू आपको पता नहीं है, but y is clearly 0. This is the y coordinate of the point जो इसको k ratio 1 में divide कर रहा है. Okay, तो आपने किसका use करना है? जो given coordinate है, जो known coordinate है, 0 का use करना है. So I know the y coordinate of the point P. So y is the 0 is the y coordinate. Is the value of the y coordinate. इसको use कैसे करेंगे? K times the y coordinate of the other point. Okay, let's say this is point A and this is point B. So k times the y coordinate of B plus 1 times the y coordinate of A. Okay, so when we are using y, we need to apply the ratio on the y coordinates of A and B. Okay, so k with B and 1 with A upon k plus 1. This is the case. Now if I shift this denominator to the left hand side, it will be 0 times k plus 1, which is 0, and this is 5 times k minus 3, which gives me that what is the value of k? K is nothing but 3 by 5, and therefore the ratio is 5:3. Okay, mistake. The ratio is, ध्यान रखना इस चीज का आपने भी, the ratio is 3:5. 3:5, गलत नहीं करना. So अगर k की वैल्यू 3 by 5 है, it is 3:5, it is 5/3, then it will be 5:3. Okay. Excuse me. So we got the ratio जो कि आपका first target था. Now what is the next thing? Also find the coordinates of the point on x-axis. It means I need to now find the value of x also. So x के लिए क्या करेंगे? We'll apply the section formula. यहाँ पे मैं लेता हूँ, ठीक है? Therefore ratio is 3:5. लिखना चाहिए. और इस पार्ट को हम कभी के लिए यूज करते हैं नेक्स्ट उसके लिए. स्पेस है हमारे पास. So now I need the x coordinate. X coordinate of point P. Again, x coordinate के लिए once you have your ratio available with you, I can once again draw the diagram. Diagram कैसे बनेगा? फिर से इसी चीज को मार्क करते हैं. A and B are the points over here. A is 1 minus 3. B is 4, 5. Okay. B is 4, 5. In between point P is x, 0. हमने ऑलरेडी 0 का यूज करके रेशियो फाइंड आउट किया है विद 3:5. अब हमें इसी रेशियो का यूज करके x के कोऑर्डिनेट फाइंड आउट करने हैं. ओके, सो द x कोऑर्डिनेट over here is going to be this 3 will move to the x coordinate of the other side, 5 will come to this side. So 3 times 4 plus 5 times 1 whole upon e plus 5. Okay, this is nothing but 12 plus 5 upon 8. It is going to be 17 by 8. So I can have a fractional coordinate. 3:5 was the ratio. So 3 times 4 x coordinate के लिए, and 5 times 1 which is 5, and 12 plus 5 17 upon 8 is the answer. So point P is nothing but this is your final answer. So I hope the conclusion part is correct. This is 5 times and minus 3, and the ratio is correct. 3:5 हमने use किया. 3 times 4 plus 5 times 1. Let's see आपके पास. And here you got the answer. 12 plus 5 17 by 8. Okay, so we got the answer. So I hope you guys understand how we are going to solve the question. If the point lies on x-axis is of the form x, 0, और अगर यही point y-axis पे होता तो coordinates क्या बनते थे? 0, y. सेम मेथड लगता. जो भी कोऑर्डिनेट आपको वेल नोन है, जैसे इसमें हमें y कोऑर्डिनेट 0 पता था तो हमने पहले y कोऑर्डिनेट का यूज किया. यहाँ पे देखो, दिस इज द फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ द सॉल्यूशन. आपने y कोऑर्डिनेट को यूज किया, वहां से रेशियो फाइंड आउट की. रेशियो इज 3:5. 3:5 का यूज किया आपने फिर फर्दर, और उसके बाद आपने x की वैल्यू फाइंड आउट की विद 17 by 8. सो योर कंप्लीट पॉइंट इज 17 by 8, 0. Let's move on to the next question. Let's see this part. Okay, so 8th question में आपके पास find the ratio in which P 4, M divides the line segment running the point A 2, 3 and B 6, -3, and also find the value of M. So again a similar question. In this case point P is well known to you, which divides the line segment AB. Initially हमने point assume किया था x, 0 as that was the point lying on x-axis. ठीक है, तो इस केस में क्या करेंगे? इस केस में देखते हैं. Once again we are going to apply this section formula because the ratio is not known to us और ratio हमने find out करनी है. तो क्या करेंगे? A coordinate place करते हैं 2, 3. B coordinate place करो 6, -3, and you have in between a coordinate P 4, M, and let's say the ratio be k:1. Okay, so if you have the question, first of all pause the video and try to solve the question on your own, and then if you are done, when you are done with the question, then you can just see the solution also if you want. Otherwise you can just move on to the final answer and skip the next question. Okay, there is no need that you are looking at the entire solution, just save your time. But if you are not aware of the method or you are not aware about the concept, then make sure that you properly understand it. If you still have doubt, repeat the video or repeat the entire question. Okay, so let's move on to this question. What I have over here, again आपने रेशियो फाइंड आउट करनी थी. जब भी आपने रेशियो फाइंड आउट करनी है आपने क्या करना है? लेट द रेशियो बी k:1. Let the ratio be k:1. Always try to solve 10 to 12 questions. They are sufficient, but those questions must cover all the topics. Okay, so that there is an entire revision of the topic, and each day if you just pick 10 questions, 12 questions, 20 questions on each topic and try to solve those questions, every day you can say that you can revise 2 to 3 topics. Okay, so my motive of these videos is to save your time, just focus on the important things, so that by solving this or by giving just half an hour a day or 1 hour a day, you can just have the entire topic revised thoroughly. Okay, so let's come back to the question. What I have over here is that let the ratio be k/1. We know the method, and in this case, which method is well known to me? In this case, excuse me for a second. In this case, if I apply the method, the exponent is well known to me. Okay, the exponent is 4 over here. So we are going to use the exponent. X is equals to, x coordinate is known to us. So x coordinate is 4. So 4 is known to us, and this is x coordinate. So k will go to the exponent of the other side. 1 will come to the exponent on this side. So 4 equals to k times 6 plus 1 times 2 upon k plus 1. Remember that what are you using? You can always put arrows over here. I can put arrow over here, I can put arrow over here, that I am just focusing on or I am working on the x coordinate. Okay, do not mix up the y coordinate. Maximum time mistakes कहाँ पे होंगी? जब आप y coordinate को involve करोगे और गलती हो जाएगी. Okay, what are you looking for? You are looking for the ratio over here, और ratio के लिए हमें सबसे पहले जो coordinate p point का well known है, हमने उसका use करना है. So x coordinate is known to us k times 6 and 1 times 2. Okay, upon k plus 1. If I shift k plus 1 to the left hand side, this is 4 times k plus 1 equals to 6 times k plus 2. 4k plus 4 equals to 6k plus 2, and this is going to be, let's bring constant term to the left hand side and variable term to the other side. Variable terms are 6k and 4k. That gives you 2k equals to 2 and k equals to 1. Alright, so k is equals to 1, the ratio turns out to be 1:1. So question और simple हो गया आपके पास. A is 2, 3, B is 6, minus 3, and in between I have the point 4, m, and the ratio is 1:1 over here. 1 over here. So now let us find the coordinates of m. M is the y coordinate over here. M is the y coordinate, so this is just the midpoint formula, or you can apply the section formula once again. So this is 1 times minus 3. 1 times minus 3 for the y coordinate, and 1 times 3 for the y coordinate over here. Okay, so again I am finding the y coordinate. You can put an arrow over here, you can put the arrow on the y coordinate and arrow over here. Okay, so now you will not mix your x coordinates while you are solving for y. Okay, so m is the y coordinate. 1 times minus 3 and 1 times 3, this is going to be upon 1 plus 1. Okay, this is minus 3 plus 3 0 आ रहा है, plus m की value 0 आ गई. ठीक है, so therefore p point is 4, 0, which was the case. Hence find the value of m. So value of m is 0 in our case. Okay, so that gives me the complete solution to the current question. So both the questions, this one and the previous one, were based on the same method कि आपने पहले ratio find out करनी है, फिर ratio का use करके आपने other unknown की value find out करनी है. So हमने method कैसे apply किया? आपको ध्यान रखना है कि जब भी आपने रेशियो फाइंड आउट करनी है, तो जो आपको कोऑर्डिनेट ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल है, इन बिटवीन पॉइंट है जो डिवाइड कर रहा है ए एंड बी लाइन सेगमेंट को इन सम रेशियो, लेट्स से k/1 हमने अज्यूम किया, तो जो वेल नोन कोऑर्डिनेट है आपने उसका यूज करके k की वैल्यू फाइंड आउट करनी है. सो k की वैल्यू जैसे आपके पास आएगी, उसी न्यू रेशियो से यूज करके आपने अननोन वैल्यू को फाइंड आउट करना है. सो इन दिस केस हमने m की वैल्यू फाइंड आउट की वंस वी नो दैट द रेशियो इज 1:1. Okay, so this completes our question number 8. Now again only few more questions and then we'll be done with the entire worksheet over here, and let's take another one. So a line intersects the y-axis and the x-axis at the point P and Q. If 2, -5 is the midpoint of PQ, find the, okay fine, it should be find over here. So find the coordinates of P and Q. Okay, so first of all let's analyze the question. Analysis में क्या है? A line intersects y-axis and x-axis at P and Q. So let me draw coordinate plane. You know that this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. It intersects the coordinate plane at P and Q. So P lies on y-axis and Q lies on x-axis. So this is the point P and this is the point Q. Okay. So any point P which lies on y-axis is of the form 0, y. So the entire method जो हमने previous discussion किया है, उसी discussion पे हमारे पास current question भी है that P lies on y-axis, okay? Respectively what is there? So P lies on y-axis and x-axis पे आपका Q point है और इसके coordinates क्या होंगे? x, 0. Okay? Question is simple. The analysis part may be आपको थोड़ा difficult लगे initially समझने में, but once you understand कि आपके पास question में क्या चीज़ कही जा रही है, आप easily इस question को solve कर सकते हो. And since we are discussing the topic of coordinate geometry, you need to draw at least basic fundamental जो graphs आपके पास हैं वो आपको help करेंगे question के analysis में, okay? तो मेरे पास यहाँ पे है a line intersects y-axis at the points P and Q. We mark the point P and its coordinates are going to be of the form 0, y. Q is the point on x-axis. The coordinates are going to be of the form x, 0. अच्छा, in fact ये हमारे पास बेसिक एनालिसिस था फर्स्ट लाइन के लिए. अगर मैं नेक्स्ट पॉइंट चेक करूं तो पॉइंट कौन से क्वाड्रेंट में लाई कर रहा है? 2, -5 lies in fourth quadrant. Okay, so let's draw the diagram once again, and as per the diagram the line is going to intersect y axis and x axis in the fourth quadrant. Okay, this is like एक और स्टेप हमने नेक्स्ट कंडीशन को यूज करके डायग्राम ड्रॉ किया है. तो यहाँ पे P आ गया, अगेन इट लाइज ऑन y axis 0, y होगा. Q lies on x axis and it is going to be क्या रहेगा ये x, 0. Okay, so let's mark these points. This is point Q with the coordinates x, 0. So this is my basic analysis and the point lies in fourth quadrant. 2, -5 is the point. Okay, so इतना सा आपके पास इसके एनालिसिस थी. हमने पहले रफ इंटरप्रिटेशन की, उसके बाद हमने इसको एग्जैक्ट फोर्थ क्वाड्रेंट पे लेकर आए. अब हमने क्या करना है, इससे एक और डायग्राम ड्रॉ करना है जिससे हमारा क्वेश्चन का सॉल्यूशन बन सके. So let's put the point over here. P पॉइंट में पहले पुट कर रहा हूँ with the coordinates 0, y. Q पॉइंट उसके बाद आपके पास आ जाएगा with the coordinates x, 0. And then mid point आपके पास है. Okay, this is the mid point. तो यहाँ पे मैं इस पॉइंट को लेट्स से A मार्क कर रहा हूँ जिसके कोऑर्डिनेट्स हैं 2, -5. ठीक है, ये आपने इंटरप्रिटेशन कर लिया. तो आपको पता लगेगा कि क्वेश्चन का डायग्राम कैसे था. द एंटायर इंटरप्रिटेशन और द सिंप्लीफिकेशन ऑफ द क्वेश्चन ऑन द डायग्राम वाज जस्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड that if the point P lies on y axis, ठीक है, अगर ये y axis के ऊपर लाई कर रहा है तो इसके कोऑर्डिनेट्स किसकी फॉर्म में होंगे? इसके कोऑर्डिनेट्स किस फॉर्म में होंगे? 0, y की फॉर्म में होंगे. एंड द पॉइंट Q lies on x axis, तो इसके कोऑर्डिनेट्स किस फॉर्म में होंगे? x, 0 की फॉर्म में होंगे. ओके, सो हमने जैसे ये x0 0, y मार्क किया, दिस मेथड, दिस एंटायर डायग्राम इज नाउ नॉट ऑफ एनी यूज टू अस. हम इसको बेसिक उस पे पार्ट पे लेकर आएंगे. नेक्स्ट थिंग इज that A point is the mid point. जो हमने पॉइंट एज्यूम किया वो मिड पॉइंट है, तो रेशियो कितनी होगी? 1:1. इसमें आप मिड पॉइंट फॉर्मूला डायरेक्टली भी अप्लाई कर सकते हो. एंड व्हाट आई नीड y as well as x. सो देखो, अगर हम x का यूज करें, 2 is the x coordinate and it is going to be x1 plus x2/2. x1 plus x2/2, so this gives me 4 as the value of x. And similarly for the y coordinate, this is the y coordinate. Okay, so y coordinate क्या होगा? y equals to y1 plus y2/2. y1 plus y2/2 and y is going to be 10. Okay, so आपने क्या फाइंड करना है? coordinates of P and Q. So I'm going to remove the part which is not required now. This part, analysis part is over. क्यों किया था हमने? Just to find out the points on x axis and y axis. That P y axis पर है तो 0, y होगा. Q x axis पर है तो x, 0 होगा. Okay, so this part is over. Now what I need, हमने P के coordinates लिखने थे. P point is 0, y. So y is 10, so 0, 10. And Q is the point lying on x axis, and what is x? 4, and y over here is 0. So that gives you the answer for your question. That if a line segment intersects y axis at P and x axis at Q, the coordinates are 0, y and x0. And if 2, -5 is the midpoint of the line segment PQ, we can simply apply the midpoint formula once आपने इस पार्ट का एनालिसिस मान लिया. ओके, सो योर फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ एनालिसिस वाज टू अज्यूम द पॉइंट P and Q which lies on y and x axis respectively. So that was the entire solution. Okay, so I hope you guys understand the entire part. Okay, now let us move on to the next question. And let's remove the previous solution. Current question में आपके पास क्या है? If P and Q with the points of trisection, again a very important question. Whenever we come across different set of questions, then question under trisection is always a part of the important ones. Okay, So if I try to solve this question, what is going to be that P and Q be the points of trisection of the line segment joining A and B such that P is nearer to A. Okay, so you must know कि आपके पास जो P point है that is nearer to A. यहाँ पे देखा जाए ये आपके पास एक important part आ गया. So what I have over here, if I draw this thing, A is the point, the coordinates 2, -2. B is the point with coordinates -7 and 4. Okay, so P and Q are the points of trisection. So हमने class में भी discussion किया that these points are divide the entire line segment into 3 parts with the ratio 1:1:1 and 1. Okay, so if I once again draw the diagram, A is 2, -2. आपको क्या गिवन है? P is nearer to A, तो यानी कि P मेरे पास ये point हमने मार्क किया है, तो P के लिए जो रेशियो होगी, that if I skip the B point over here, then P divides line segment AB in the ratio of 1:2. Okay, and let's say P has the coordinates of the form x, y. General coordinate. Now I need to find the coordinates of both x and P and Q. So first of all, we are going to start with P over here. So P के x coordinate के लिए क्या होगा? Ratio is 1:2. So this is P. 1 will go to the other side, 2 will come to this side. X coordinate के लिए 1, इसके x coordinate से multiply करेंगे, which is 1 times -7 plus 2 times x coordinate of A, which is 2 upon 1 plus 2. Okay, the calculation is simple. You can easily get the entire solution. -7 plus 4 by 3, which is again -3 by 3, which is -1. Okay, and y coordinate over here is going to be y coordinate के लिए क्या करोगे? 1 with the y coordinate of the point B. So 1 with 4 plus 2 with -2 upon 1 plus 2. So this is going to be 4 minus 4, 0 आ जाएगा. So the coordinate is 0. So that means P के coordinates हमें मिल गए -1, 0. Okay. So half of the part is done. Now let's move on to the question to find the coordinates of Q. अब इसके लिए फिर से क्या करो? You can use P and B in the ratio 1:1. या फिर हम क्या कर रहे हैं? हम A के coordinates को भी use कर रहे हैं, which is 2, -2, and B is -7, 4. और Q का अगर पॉइंट यहाँ पे है तो रेशियो कितनी हो जाएगी? 2:1. Okay, so ratio for Q is 2:1. Apply the same method and let's assume the coordinates of Q be x and y. 2 इस तरफ आ गया, 1 इस तरफ आ गया आपके पास. Okay, so for the coordinates of Q, x is given by 2 times -7, 1 times x coordinate of 2 A, which is 2 upon 2 plus 1. And this is -14 plus 2 upon 3. You can see -12 by 3, which is -4. And y coordinate is being given by, what is y coordinate? Y is 2 times. यहाँ से देखो, अगर मेरे को y फाइंड आउट करना है, क्या करेंगे y के लिए? इस 2 को यहाँ के y के साथ मल्टीप्लाई करना और y यहाँ के y के साथ मल्टीप्लाई होगा. ओके, सो फॉर x coordinates का साथ आपने रेशियो को यूज करना है. y coordinates के लिए y coordinates के साथ रेशियो को यूज करना है. सो y coordinate कितना होगा? 2 times 4 plus 1 times -2 all upon 2 plus 1, and this is going to be 8 minus 2 upon 3, which is 6 by 3, and that is 2. So therefore Q के जो entire coordinates होंगे, that will be -4 and 2. These are our solutions. Okay, so this is the coordinate of Q and this is the point P that we are looking for. So complete solution before you. Trisections are the 1:1:1. That was our initial कंसेप्ट को हमने ब्रेक डाउन किया. देन वी नीड P. P इज नियर टू A. हमारे पास जो P पॉइंट है वो A एंड B को 1:2 में डिवाइड कर रहा है. फिर हमने Q पॉइंट को देखा तो Q पॉइंट A एंड B को 2:1 में डिवाइड कर रहा है. बाकी आपका सेक्शन फॉर्मूला, एंटायर क्वेश्चन हमने सेक्शन फॉर्मूला से सॉल्व किया. ओके, सो दिस इज आवर 10th क्वेश्चन. वन मोर क्वेश्चन एंड देन वी आर डन विद द एंटायर सेट. आपने क्वेश्चंस को खुद से पहले सॉल्व करना है. व्हेन यू सी द क्वेश्चन, पॉज योर वीडियो, solve the question on your own. If you find difficult or if you find that you need to understand some concept, then just observe or just see the video only to that part where you get the concept. Once you have the concept, once again try to solve the question on your own and then check the answer at the very end. Okay, so let's take the last question. Our last question is, okay, so again my question is that a point P lies on the line segment xy. Sorry, a point E lies on the line segment xy. So it means x and y are the endpoints of your line segment. This is x, 6 minus 6, and this is y minus 4 and minus 1. Okay, so I got x, I got y. Again it is a line segment, endpoints of the line segment आपके पास है. A lies somewhere in between, तो A मेरे पास यहाँ पे कोई पॉइंट है. Okay, ये हमारे पास पॉइंट A है. And you are given that XA रेशियो XY. X से देखो कहाँ पे बनेगा, अगर मैं रेशियो को मार्क करूँ X से लेके A तक की जो रेशियो है और X से लेके Y तक की जो रेशियो है. Okay, this is a very important question. Simple है, but the first part is like you need to understand. Okay, XA to XY is 2 ratio 5. It means this is 2 and this is 5. Now simply understand, if I need XA to AY, okay, this part is 2. तो जो remaining part होगा, अगर मैं A से लेके Y तक का पिक कर रहा हूँ, तो ये कितना होगा? The entire length is 5 from X to Y. From A to Y it is going to be 3. Okay, so this is going to be 3 over here. तो पहला डायग्राम आपने सिर्फ ड्रॉ करना है to find the ratio in which A divides X and Y. Okay, पहला डायग्राम हमने ड्रॉ किया. अब इसी को फिर से ड्रॉ करते हैं so that हम अपने कैलकुलेशन में इसको अप्लाई कर सकें. There is no need to hesitate. जब आप क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर रहे हो, आप अपने एनालिसिस के लिए मल्टीपल टाइम्स डायग्राम ड्रॉ कर सकते हो. जैसे जैसे पार्ट आपको क्लियर होता जा रहा है, वैसे वैसे पार्ट में सिंप्लीफिकेशंस को मार्क करो. सो दिस इज -4 and -1. एंड व्हाट आई नीड ओवर हियर, A पॉइंट मेरे पास है जो कि 2:3 में इसको डिवाइड करना है. दैट्स इट. जैसे आपने रेशियो फाइंड आउट की, यू नो यू कैन अप्लाई सेक्शन फार्मूला. अगेन आई नीड द कोऑर्डिनेट्स ऑफ A. सो दिस इज 2 times and 3 over here. So let's find coordinates of A. Coordinates of A के लिए, for coordinates of A, ठीक है, इसको हमने x पे लिया. So x coordinate over here is given by x coordinate के लिए this 2 will go to the x coordinate of y. So 2 times -4 plus 3 times 6 whole upon 2 plus 3. It is going to be -8 plus 18 upon 5. This is 10 by 5 and the value is 2. Okay, कैलकुलेशन आपने खुद करनी है. जस्ट एंड में चेक करना कि क्या आपके पास आंसर आ रहा है. Similarly, y is 2 times -1 plus 3 times -6 upon 2 plus 3. So this is going to be -2 minus 18 upon 5 minus 20 upon 5 and this is -4. So I hope आपने A के कोऑर्डिनेट्स को पिक कर लिया. अब A के कोऑर्डिनेट्स क्या आ रहा है मेरे पास? A is 2, -4. ये आपका पहला पार्ट हो गया. ठीक है. So if A also lies on the line this, find the value of K. तो मेरा अल्टीमेट टारगेट है to find the value of this unknown K. तो आपने पहले पार्ट का जो एनालिसिस किया है उसमें आपने 2:5 which was the entire length from X to Y, 2:5 को 2:3 में ब्रेक डाउन किया which is XA ratio AY. Okay, once you have XA ratio AY यानी कि 2:3, आपने इस रेशियो का यूज करके A के कोऑर्डिनेट्स फाइंड आउट किए हैं. ये हमने पहला टारगेट अचीव किया. अब हमने A के कोऑर्डिनेट से किसकी वैल्यू फाइंड आउट करनी है? K की वैल्यू फाइंड आउट करेंगे. सो फॉर दिस K, sorry, I'm just going to remove this right side of the solution. ये आपने ऑलरेडी एनालाइज कर लिया. हम इसको, आपके पास शीट है, मैं इस पार्ट में रिमूव करके आपके सॉल्व कर देता हूँ. Okay. So what I have over here, that A lies on the line. A lies on the line. A lies on 3x plus k times y plus 1 equals to 0. A lies on this line. It means A satisfies this line. So A के जो coordinates हैं, आपने coordinate क्या find out किया है? 2 and -4. 2 and -4. So that means 3 times 2 plus k times y की जगह -4 plus 1 आ जाएगा आपके पास. That gives me 6 times -3k equals to 0 or -3k -6, k equals to 2. This is the entire value of 2 over here. Okay, so that gives me the final part. कि आपने जो k की वैल्यू फाइंड आउट करनी थी वो आपने एंटायर सॉल्यूशन में फाइंड आउट किया, बट उससे पहले आपने a की वैल्यू को इवैल्यूएट किया था by using the ratio concept. Okay, पहले a निकाला, फिर a इसको सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है, वहां से आपने k की वैल्यू फाइंड आउट की. So let's conclude the whole part. हमने जो आज क्वेश्चन डिस्कस किया है, they are based on the distance formula and section formula and they are the most important ones. इसकी हेल्प से आपका most of the topic जो है या entire chapter जो है वो रिवाइज हो जाएगा. But you still need to solve a lot of extra questions or questions parallel to these ones. So make sure, अगर आपने कोई क्वेश्चन आपको लगता है कि डाउट है, you can once again revisit that question and you can revisit the entire solution. But make sure that you solve the questions on your own first of all. And if you have any doubt or if there is any calculation error, you can then look for the solution. Okay, my target is not that आप सिर्फ वीडियो सॉल्यूशंस देख रहे हो and you are learning the concept. My target is to give you a detailed explanation so that when you solve the questions and wherever you got guys stuck with the calculation, you can sit for like half an hour and आपका half an hour में 11 questions 12 questions में entire chapter की revision हो जाए. Okay, so that's all for today. We'll meet in the next video. Okay, that's all.